Hey guys, Grayson here, playing more Alter Ego. I haven't played this game in a while because there was like a copyright claim on the music, and I was trying to figure out if I could like fix that or something. So I'm just not gonna use the music. So I'll just find my own. Well, I'll find my own piano music and put it in. Take that, game devs. Trying to own music. Can you believe it? Trying to have rights to something in the age of the internet. I kinda hope I don't have to do too much talking today. I have like a swollen taste bud. You spend time reading alone. That's a big ego. Yeah, I'm getting like 50s and 30s. What is the A? Is the A thousands or Oh yeah, so it's the A must be thousands. Oh, excuse me. It's late. Okay, so Damien. To Break One's Shell, a novel by Herman Hesse, in which protagonist Emil Sinclair, moved by his mysterious friend Max Damien, and his mother engages in self-discovery. This novel stems from Hesse's introduction to the philosophy of Carl Jung. Okay, those were words, I think. Oh, do you get less points further back? Ooh, interesting. There's strategy to your clicking, if you click. Move over the mountain. Atsushi Nakajima. Glutted with cowardly pride. Glutted with cowardly pride. Novella by that name, in which failed poet Li Zeng comes to terms with his transformation into a cognizant tiger. Unlike the fable upon which it is based, the novella focuses on Zeng's internal distress at his transformation. Read 10 pages of each. It's never actually... Oh, that's it. So, of all these books, like, I'm not a big reader. I've heard of the Myth of Sisyphus. That's a, not any sort of specific book, but I've heard of that myth. I've heard of Frankenstein, Alice in Wonderland, and I've read Little Prince. I've also heard of the works of Edgar Allan Poe. I've never, like, read it or anything, though. So even once it turns full on, you still have to wait a little while before you can get it fully. It's gotta be in that final movement bit. Yeah, so, of everything here, I've read The Little Prince, Frankenstein, Alice in Wonderland, and Sisyphus are all fairly common myths. I've never heard of any of the other ones, though. Yeah, I've never heard of the others. How much is that one making? 360 This game feels so, like, wrong without the music on. Like, it feels like it needs the music. Is there, like, a page limit to this book? 65, and I ran out of money. Okay, there's no one there. Goals. Tap 500 whispers. Read over 200 pages. Watch 10 videos. Achieve 5 goals. Reach an ending 1 time. Books read. What's the cage for? Why are there letters? Okay, well, do we need to take the next test, then? The nameless place. I see you've begun collecting ego. just as you were told. How earnest you are. I quite like it. I suppose you've earned a reward. You're curious as to where we are, aren't you? How do I put this? This place is closed off from the outside world. Doesn't need a name. To me, that's all there is to it. Still, I'm curious. How do you perceive this place? A place to question who I've always been. A place to gain control of myself. A place to discover who I am. Discover who I am, or question who I've always been? I think more question who I've always been. It's been more of it's been more of like me thinking about like the past, how I've been in the past, than thinking about who I am now. Because I feel like I kind of know who I am now. That being said, the questions are going to completely uproot everything I thought, as they will last time. Philosophical answer, not bad. Pretty sure they were all philosophical. The identity of this place is of little importance. You are here now. Whether you will it or not, something lies up ahead. Perhaps that is exactly why you seek reasons. You and I both. Come back here when you have saved up more ego. Oh, are they not all... so that one was personality assessment. This one's got a mirror on it, so maybe the ones the mirrors are? Know your audience. There are all sorts of books here. There's even one that ends differently every time you read it. It's a picture book. Here, I'll show you. Your interpretation of the story is very much of interest to me. The characters are comprised of a prince, a king, and a maid. Your interpretation will decide what kind of story this is. So I'll ask you a few questions, alright? Choose the closest answer to your take on it. Now let me hear your story. What is the prince doing? So he's like covering his face. So without looking at the actual answers, he seems to be sad that he doesn't have the attention of his father. His father's caught up in his looks, and he feels alone and forgotten. Crying because the king got mad at him. Rubbing his eyes because he just woke up. Pretending to cry because of something that the maid said to him. So the closest would be crying because the king got mad at him. How does the king feel about this? The king feels... So the king looks like he's kind of indifferent. Like he's caught up in doing his hair and he's too busy to really notice. He's doing his own thing and being a little bit ignorant to what's happening. He's contemplating how to best discipline the prince. He's panicking over the gap between ideals and reality. He's angry over what's going on between the prince and the maid. Gaps between ideals and reality sounds like the kind of thing he's doing. Although I don't even know exactly what that means. Unless that means like he's in like a panic mode, not. I think the middle one suits it best. Because I find him as indifferent. He's not thinking, he's not really angry, he's indifferent. Why is the maid hiding? To me, it looks like she's peering in, looking into the situation and seeing that like the king is being indifferent and neglecting the child and wanting to take a role and step in, but not being exactly sure how or when. To gloat over the royal Hera's distress, to escape the prince's observation, to watch over the prince from the shadows. Yeah, close to the third one. How does the story end? How does the story end? It's the kind of thing where I imagine the maid and the prince forming some sort of relationship. It seems as though there is a absence of a mother role. It seems like there needs to be some sort of care given towards the child, like the father's indifferent and there's an absence of a mother role. And it kind of seems like the kind of story that would end in the way of the maid taking care of the child and developing some sort of relationship with him. Blah. The prince elopes with the maid. I don't like the word elope. I guess if this is an Alabaman prince, then yeah. The prince recovers of his own accord. The king regains his control. The king seems too focused to be able to kind of regain a control or have, like, sense talked into him. He seems too focused in his looks. I guess we're going with Alabaman Prince. Let's just assume elope doesn't mean what I think it means. Fleeing from the castle, prince and maid follow their hearts and elope. Wait, does elope not mean what I think it means? Hey, hang on, I'm gonna go look up the definition of elope real quick. Okay, the definition is to run away to get married, especially without parental consent. So, not quite what I was thinking, but close enough. Well, not what I thought elope meant, and not the ending of the story that I intended, but close enough to the ending of the story, and they're probably going to elope, if you know what I mean. Regardless. So that's how your story goes. For the most part. There's some truths of reality one can find in fiction. Next time, I want you to let me interpret your story. Analyzing. Tap to view results. Your hidden motive is latent volatility. Volatility? Perfect impulses. You tend to act on impulse and throw common sense and standards to the wind. Not necessarily, no. If I can think logically, if I'm able to, that's what I'll try and do. Logic thinking is going to come in a lot more useful than, going with your gut. You long for nothing more than to cast off the yoke and run free. No, not in the. No. Maybe like 50% of me like that. The other 50% is completely fine with what's happening now. Like, I really couldn't care less. If the world was like out and free and society devolved and I had to go like live in a small community and hunt for a living, I'd be fine with that. I'm also fine with how it is now. I don't yoke to run free. Well, is yoke like the same as yearn? Or is yoke another? Is yoke another? If you know what I mean. That said, you might be a bit of a perfectionist and trying to be true. And by trying so hard to resist the beat of a drum you can't identify, you tend towards aggression. Resist the beat of a drum you can't identify. No, so I am a perfectionist, but the beat of the drum, I can follow the beat of the drum. I don't need to like run off my own. Tend towards aggression again? No, not really. I mean, I don't mind aggression, but like if there are other solutions, I might like aggression is not something I don't consider. It's a factor. It's there, but it's not the main thing. I don't tend towards it. Now and then, it wouldn't hurt to accept certain rules instead of rebelling against any and all rules as a matter of principle. Well, I'll accept the outcome. It's not right, but see, if something changes in your worldview, the ending will change. That goes to the place too, not just the story. The future will be decided by your interpretation, by your will. So hurry back when you have more ego. That is interesting. So the next like big choice thing is down at 21C. Is there a goal thing we have to click on here? Log in for 1 day. Hey, look, guys, they're eloping. They're going to elope. I'm definitely using that word in the right context. 5A, geez, that's a lot. I was a butterfly fluttering hither and thither. Observe in full these real-world videos, and for 10 minutes, triple all ego earned. No, that's just an ad. Gotta get to page 100. Page 50. Devolve further into the moon over the mountain. No one understands this feeling. No one, they cannot, without going through the same thing. Delve further into Damien. So it's big jumps. Inconsolable, I walked across the empty square, my hands in my pockets, further toward further torments and slavery. Delve further into no longer human. There we go, big jump. Society? Don't you mean yourself? Came to the tip of my tongue, but I held the words back, reluctant to anger him. No longer human. Yeah, that's a lot of eloping going on there in Reddit. Poorly timed right at, I'm afraid. So things have slowed down a little. We're waiting for... Oh, it's not that much. It's only hundreds of A. And then B. So we'll actually be at the next A pretty soon. Although I think this is about where we'll end this video. I said at the beginning of the video I'll like throw some of my own like piano music or onto it or something. I'll find something, but we'll have to see. Because I am getting really tired now that I've recorded this video. So, while I have said before that I do still at some point soon intend to go find more, start clicking some of these faster. I do intend to go find more music still. That is still, like, one of the things I'm doing. I want to get some, like, better, like, calm music, as well as work on thumbnails more. I don't know if I'll do that today, because I am getting tired, and it kind of just depends, like, is there time tomorrow morning before I upload this video? So we'll see. Because I am going to be still somewhat busy tomorrow. Oh my god. That's a lot coming in. Oh my god. Touch, 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 touch. Go. Jeez. I guess it depends how busy I am tomorrow, if you actually see that or not. So, I apologize if I lied to you. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.